Let's take a look at analytics. In this case, I have spend intelligence. That tells me how much money I'm spending. Invoice intelligence is telling me what I'm getting invoiced for and how long it's taking me to go turn those invoices around, what commodities I'm getting, and the suppliers, locations across different ERP systems. Very good information there. Onboarding will tell me how long it takes for me to do things, who it's sitting with right now, how long they've been holding on to it, any information about my onboarding. Contract intelligence will tell me things about my contractual footprint according to my suppliers, what commodities I'm buying, who my internal stakeholders are that own those contracts, when those contracts expire, how many contracts I've actually executed, are they renewing contracts, what's the dollar amount of those contracts. Supplier intelligence will tell me things like how much money am I spending with a particular supplier or whether or not they are a minority supplier, how many scorecards I've done with them. Are we doing QBRs? How they're performing in their QBRs? Is this a good supplier? And I'll show trending on the supplier. Let's take a look at my spend intelligence. This is actually going to be a connection into your ERP systems, plural of choice, should you have multiple ERP systems. It will provide a great single source of truth. Of course, you could also go put in things like your P card systems information here as well. Or maybe you want to go ahead and put in your T&E card information. The point is you have a ton of data points that you can go ahead and use a central single source of truth environment to get all of your actionable intelligence. Maybe perhaps your finance team wants to do an accruals report. They could take a look at what's unpaid. And everything you see changes instantly. There we go. I could clear those filters right up here. And you see I have 3,400 suppliers spending 3.6 billion US dollars. Maybe you have interest in different currencies. No problem. We'll change the document currency with a single click. You could change, I believe, 3 or 4 different currencies, and we could always have it according to whatever you need. There's a couple million line items in this data set. Over this period of time, you can see how the money is being spent. Over with all of these suppliers right here, if I mouse over the supplier, I see the dollar amount, and then I have a long tail. Very quickly get down to how I'm spending my money with my suppliers. Let's say I want to take a look at the last quarter. There we go. I'll take a look at Q3. And you see instant updates in the data. We have different ability to show data dimensions, but for a fake company called Great Products, we're interested in things like channel, location, function, accounts, commodity types, brand, and different legal entities. Let's take a look at commodities. Maybe I'm looking for furniture. And I want to see those furniture in e-commerce sales. There we go. Instant changes. What do I get down to? All of my invoices, unpaid. Let's take a look at randomly. I'll click on one invoice. And you'll see I have a 3-line item invoice. 1 line item for tax and 2 for actual product in British pounds. I could show the trending of my spend right here. I have the first 6 months as compared to the latter 6 months for a true trailing 12-month TTM report. I can see I'm up 3% on spend. Maybe I want to go talk to my procurement department to see if they knew we were going to be 3% higher, if that was part of the plan. If it wasn't, well, then I want to go talk to my finance or my facilities or my procurement or other departments to ask them if we knew that that was coming. And if we didn't, then we should probably be involved. The point is we went from 3,400 suppliers and $3.6 billion to one supplier with a 4-line item invoice for 137,000 US dollars. Instantly able to find with 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks. Moving from data to beyond data to really actionable, rapid intelligence. Let's clear those filters. One of the last things we'll show here today is our contract intelligence. The contract intelligence environment will have all of your contractual obligations. Now, these are the visualization engine components of the modules. So all the data you see here is pulling from the contract lifecycle management module itself. In this case, I have 210 contracts in my demo system. Here's the dates I signed these contracts. And if I mouse over the month, I see a sum of all that data, all of those contracts in that month. Or if I just mouse over one, I just see that one contract itself. I could see it in terms of count or by value. I could also see by supplier how many contracts I have. If I mouse over the supplier, I get the total list of all their contracts. And as before, long tail, so I could quickly see all my supplier contracts in dollars. Let's scroll down. Again, I have further data dimensions. Maybe I want to know who my internal stakeholder owner of those contracts are. Maybe I want to see when my contracts are expiring. So now I have long view of when all those contracts come up by value, as we saw just directly above, or by count. So I could start doing resource balance, resource loading. So I could tell my legal team or my procurement team or my stakeholders, let's take a look at these 3 months. And instantly, all the information changes and updates. And you'll see that right up here. 3 months, I have these 9 contracts with 7 suppliers for 43.75 total contract value. And the annualized contract value is just slightly less. Let's scroll down further. I might have interest in knowing which type of contracts they are, or maybe who's funding those contracts. Or maybe I want to know the different commodity types we're actually buying. Do I want to see attributes such as minority supplier or a direct supplier or any type of attributes I like? Or maybe I want to see the 30, 60, 90 when they're actually expiring, or the renewal type. Ultimately, it gets me down to a list of all of my contracts and all the metadata associated with those deals. And this auto renews with an increase, and it's with the engineering department. Payment terms are net 45. And I could get all the way out to the date that I actually signed the document itself. Again, moving from a lot of bulk data to moving to actionable intelligence with just a click or two. Thanks so much for allowing me to spend this time with you with Raindrop. Modern, clean, easy to use interface, powerful to be able to acquire the modules you need at the time you need them.